So we're going to create a brand guide for our company. A brand guide is essential to make sure that all designers and everybody else who works on your account creates the same look and feel, and you can't see the difference between different designers and writers and other people working on your account. Again, consistency is the main reason for doing this. The first thing that you need to check for consistency is the following. A company name, how is it written? Uh, Capitals, no capitals, dashes, hashes, all of those kind of things. Is the domain name actually reflecting this company name accurately? For instance, our company name is Inkfish and our domain name is www.inkfish.co.za. That's consistent. Thirdly, the email address of all the people in the company should reflect the same company name. So companies that use Gmail addresses and Outlook email addresses are really not looking professionally. You should have your name at yourcompany.co.za or .com. Now we're going into more visual aspects. You have gone through your logo formats and should have received all of them. So that would be your horizontal logo, your stacked logo, and your social media icon. All of these will be visible in your brand guide. Then you have specific colors that you will be using for your brand. And in this case, we use black and purple, and the CMYK values and RGB values will be easy to be spotted and copied over for other applications when a designer will be working with this document. Secondary brand colors are colors that are in support of the brand when working with more than the colors that are just available in the logo. And in this case, we've got two types of gray that we're using for this. Then the fonts. The fonts are the typefaces that you'll be using for your account. Be specifically consistent with this. It's actually really important. You need to try and find a font that you can use on your website as well as your email signature as well as your Word document, and your designer should be able to help you with that. In this case, there is a PT Sans chosen for the headings in a bold version and a regular font for the main body copy. In some cases, a company might decide to have a font for matching the logo font for headers. You can do this. It's not always recommended because it will detract the attention from the logo, but in some other cases it looks quite consistent with the whole brand. Don't use fonts that are too close together in look and feel, or fonts that are hard to read. For the main body copy, for your normal text, always use a very boring, straightforward font. The graphic style depends on the illustrator who you've worked with, the designer you've worked with, and is possibly the hardest one to keep consistent if you're switching between designers. So if you are switching between designers and have a specific graphic style, make sure that you have enough good examples that you can brief your illustrator or designer with. Now, photography, it seems like a photograph is a photograph, but that's not quite the case. Sometimes the style of photography is really clean and clear with crisp white backgrounds, and in other cases, such as this one, I've chosen a really rustic type of look. And if you then try to match this, different topic but same kind of look, you would, for instance, get something like this. So grainy, rustic, artisan kind of look versus the stock photography, clean and clear look. As long as you're being consistent in the choice of look and feel for those images, they don't look like they're coming from all over the internet, you can actually create a very cohesive brand with free images, as long as they are chosen or photographed in the same style. Very good reference for photographers if they're going to work on your brand. So what does this look like? In our case, the brand guide for Inkfish Academy, we actually don't use pictures, so I don't have that added in, but you can obviously create a brand guide with more pages to reflect every aspect of your brand. But this is a very useful and handy document to have and to use when briefing a designer or a web developer who's working on your brand.